much for watching. So today I filmed this really quick and easy makeup look for you guys, and I have kept it pretty simple on my eyes, and I just used these amazing Huda Beauty eyelashes, which are making it look like I've actually done loads of makeup on my eyes, but I haven't. And I wanted to pair it with quite a dramatic lip because I wanted to move away from the nude lips, which is what I always seem to do. So I went for this really bright pink. And you guys can definitely use this look if you want it for a Valentine's Day makeup look. I am going to make sure this video is up before Valentine's Day. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and if you want to see how I created this look, then please keep watching. So I'm going to start by using this Pores No More Pore Refiner as a primer, and I'm just going to apply this all over my face. Next, I'm going to take my favourite orange concealer and I'm going to use it to cover up any of my dark circles. So I'm just going to use my finger and put a little bit of that underneath both of my eyes. With any excess that I have on my finger, I usually just wipe it around my mouth because I have a bit of pigmentation there too. For my foundation, I'm going to use the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, which I haven't used in ages. And I'm just going to apply that with a beauty blender. So I'm just going to use it in dabbing motions all over my face, and that's going to make sure it's really nice and blended. I always put an extra bit of foundation underneath my eyes just to make sure that orange concealer is absolutely covered. I'm also going to apply it on my eyes, which is going to act like a primer for my eyeshadow. Now for my concealer, I'm going to use the Tarte Aqua Concealer, and I'm going to use the Artist of Makeup Contour Stick for my contour. So for the concealer, I'm just going to start by applying this underneath my eyes and in my usual areas. This concealer is actually really light and it's quite watery, so it's really good for blending. So once I've done that, I'm just going to use the contour in the usual areas on my cheekbones, down my nose and on my forehead. And I have actually started using it underneath my lip quite regularly now, so I'm just going to apply a little bit there as well. I'm then going to take my beauty blender and start blending this all out. And I always start with my concealer first and then I do my contour. So I'm just going to make sure everything is absolutely blended because I definitely don't want any harsh lines around my face. With your contour, always make sure that you're blending upwards from the line. So the line that I've drawn on my cheek, I always blend it up. I don't want to be blending any further down on my face because that is what can make your skin look quite muddy and dirty, and it doesn't give a nice clean contour. And then to make sure everything is absolutely super blended, I'm going to take this Tarte Airbrush buffing brush, and I'm just going to move this around on my face, and this is just going to make sure that all of my highlight and my contour is absolutely blended in. So if you don't have this brush, you can just use any form of dense buffing brush. Now to set all of that, I am using the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm going to start by baking underneath my eyes. And I know not everybody prefers baking because it can dry out some people's skin, but for me it's really good, so I always have to do this technique. And I am going to use some powder to just set wherever I've applied any of my contour before I apply the contour powder. Now for my contour powder, I am using the Hoola by Benefit, and this is a really nice contour shade. It's kind of like the cargo one that I use, but with this one quite a lot does come off onto your brush when you dab it in. So make sure that you blow away any excess contour powder because you don't want to apply too much at once on your face. It's always better to build it up bit by bit. So now for my highlight, I am going to start by using the Benefit High Beam just because this gives you a really nice glow, and it's also a really good base when you apply the powder. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of this into my usual highlighting areas, just on my cheekbones and down my nose. Now I'm going to get the other end of the beauty blender for this, and I'm going to start blending it out. And just a warning, this high beam dries really quickly, so as soon as you've applied it, make sure you start blending out, otherwise it's going to be really hard. Now to set my highlighter, I'm going to take the Anastasia Glow Kit in Gleam, and I'm going to take the shade Crushed Pearl, and I'm just going to apply this on top of where I applied the high beam, and as you can see, it gives you an absolutely amazing glow. Now for my blush, I am going to be taking a Cargo Cosmetics blush, and this is in the shade Ibiza, and it's just a really nice soft baby pink. And I'm just going to apply this onto the apples of my cheeks, but I'm also going to make sure that I'm blending everything in, so my contour, my highlights and my blusher, just to make sure there's absolutely no harsh lines. Now moving on to my eyes, I am going to take this Shade and Light palette in Plum, and I'm going to take this first colour here, this whitey shade, and I'm just going to use my finger to apply this over the base of my eye. And this is just going to give a really nice soft base. for my transition shade, I am going to take this plum colour here, and I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and I'm just going to apply this into the crease of my eye. And this is essentially going to be all the eye makeup that I'm going to do. I'm keeping it really simple here. So I'm just going to blend this in into the corners of my eye. I'm then going to apply my eyelashes, which are going to be the Huda Beauty eyelashes in Samantha, and I'm just going to apply these off camera. As you can see, these lashes are quite dramatic, so they're great for faking lots of eye makeup. Now for my eyeliner, I am going to be using this Tarte lash liner, and I'm only going to apply it in my lower waterline and my upper waterline. So I'm not actually going to apply any eyeliner onto my lid. So once I've done this, I'm going to do my eyebrows, and I am going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow. And I'm just going to fast forward through this because it is the same routine every time. And if you guys want to see how I do my brows, I do have a separate video on this. Now once I've done my brows, I'm just going to take a soft buffing brush and just sweep away any excess powder that I have on my eyes from baking. I'm then going to take the same plum colour I used in my crease, and I'm just going to apply a little bit of this underneath my eyes. And I don't want anything too heavy, I just want a small amount in the outer corner just to give it a little bit of definition. Now for my mascara, I am going to be taking the Benefit They're Real mascara, and I'm just going to apply a small amount of this to my false lashes, and I'm also going to apply it to my lower lashes, and this is just going to make my eyes look a little bit more defined. Now taking the Glow Kit again and the same crushed pearl colour, I am going to use this just to highlight underneath my brow bone. And I'm also going to use it to highlight the inner corner of my eye, and this just makes your eyes look a little bit brighter. So I'm just going to take the same colour that I used on my cheeks. Once I've done this, I need to do my lips, and I'm first going to use the Kylie Cosmetics liner in Candy K, and then I'm going to take this bright pink Lipland matte crayon. So I'm just going to line my lips first, and I am going to slightly overline them, but not by too much. And then I'm going to take the Lipland Cosmetics pink, and this is a really bright pink, but it is just sort of like a matte lip crayon, so I can just use that colour all over my lips. Ta-da! Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.